Well, hello there. Yes, I am doing a second episode of the Pieces of EEP, and this one is going to be Atari 2600 games. I was going to decide. I was going to decide a decision. The decision I was going to make was going to be between the PlayStation 1 and Atari 2600. Both are fascinating me right now, and I left it up to my grand audience to make the decision. And you know what? I don't care if one person watched it. That one person I mean, I think it was more than one, but even if it was one, that one person was Stuart from Generation Pixel, and that makes it a grand audience, the best audience one could ever hope for. And he's the one that decided that between Atari 2600 and PS1, it's going to be Atari 2600. So here it is. I'll probably do a PS1 next time, but we will see. I might have shifted my fascination and we'll go to PS2. But this isn't a place for going into the blambles. That's for the podcast. But this is a place for just letting you guys know what games are going to be. I'm doing a little different than last week. I'm going to let you guys know all up front if you happen to tune in. And then we'll do shorts a little differently to entice you. So let's go. Let me start with. I'm on the screen here. Got my wheel all set up for Atari 2600 games. I'm going to press the button and we're going to see what we're going to get. I'm going to write it down so I don't lose track of how many games I've chosen. So here we go. Ooh, it's spinning. It's spinning. I'm so excited or scared. Omega. Oh, this is bad. This is bad, but you know what? It'll let me test something. This game requires an extra uh controller adapter to make it work. It needs a second fire button. And I've always wanted to test if a Genesis controller will work with the extra button. I'm gonna test that. Um, if it doesn't work, I'm not gonna properly review it. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work. And then if I don't do it properly, I'll add a bonus game, and that'll be fine. But Omega Race, excellent, interesting first choice. Oh, and if I do use a PlayStation or a Genesis controller, it'll be the one that the Atari Crate made for me. If it works in Retron 77. Well, heck, I don't even know if the adapter would work in Retron 77. Jiminy. I'm going to have to see if. Anyway, you know what? We're not going into the blambles. Save it for the podcast. All right. Next one. It's interesting at least. Okay. We're going to close this window and we're going to get ready for the next one. For game number 2. Space Cavern. Oh. All right. I'm hoping for a mix of good games, bad games, and oddities. Omega Race is the oddity, and Space Cavern, I have a bit of a love affair with that one. I I uh I love shotguns in video games. I don't know, just at least retro games, like modern day games. I was like, yeah, I got a shotgun. Wow, it's just like any other gun. I mean, they're different, but it's a gun. But in the retro games, they were just something special. And I think Space Cavern is the first game I've ever played that had a shotgun that looked as such. All right, all right. Let's see what's next. Space Cavern, that's cool. All right, here we go. And oh, here's the oddities. I have this game, obviously, or otherwise it wouldn't be in the pieces of Eep wheel. But I've never played it. But it is a rhythm game, I believe. So I like rhythm games. I'm gonna make a whole video on that one day with my journey with rhythm games. But I'm curious about this one. I am really curious to see how it goes. And it's a Parker Brothers game, and that's always interesting to throw in the console too. So excellent. We are getting to game number 4 here. So what do we have? All right, the wheel spins shortly. Commando Raid. Nice, nice. That's an interesting game. I don't love it or hate it. It's just it exists. Commando. I'm writing these down. That's why I'm saying it out loud slowly. Commando Raid. Excellent. That's a US games game, isn't it? One of those weird cartridges. Excellent, excellent. You know, the spinning wheel, I used to have it go for 10 seconds, but that was way too long. We don't need that kind of drama, do we? 5 seconds is fine, fine, fine. Here we go. What is it? Laser Blast. Interesting. It's good that we get an Activision game on here. Even if it is one of the most boring ones, it's also the one I had a blast with when I was young. I really liked it. Very pretty laser. All right. Next one is spinning the wheel, spin the wheel. All right, here we go. What is it? Decathlon. I barely remember having that game. I mean, obviously, I know I have it. I wouldn't buy it in a store, but I just never think about it. All the more reason to play it on the pieces of EEP. Here we go. Game number 7. Oh, wait, we're only doing 8. Okay, we're running low here. What is it? Super Cobra! Oh my god! Super Cobra! I don't think I could do it now, but I beat Super Cobra. Yes, this game has limited level. I don't remember what happens. It's been so long. I I don't know if the game loops to the first level or if it ends. It probably loops, but I believe the instructions had told me there was a set number of levels, or maybe even an indicator on screen showing how many levels there were. And I finished it. I mean, it took absolute memorization and practice, but that was fun. Excellent. Okay, and the final selection of the second episode of Pieces of Eep. After these messages, heck no, right now. I mean, I guess you might see a commercial anyway. I mean, I don't know how YouTube works, right? Chopper command. Oh my. I mean, you at this point you might as well just go back a few years and watch my video on helicopters. Helicopter games, not helicopters in general. I know nothing about helicopters. Chopper command. All right, all right, all right. I can dig it. Super Cobra, Chopper Command, and I think even Commando Raid has a bit of a helicopter angle to it, maybe. I don't know. Well, that's it. Omega Race, Space Cavern, Strawberry Shortcake, Commando Raid, Laser Blast, Decathlon, Super Cobra, and Chopper Command. Well, those are the selections. Now it's just a matter of me playing them and getting back to you about how I feel about that. See you again.